This country, Colombia, keeps suffering from the violence of Marxist terrorist groups as the ELN brutally attacked a truck of the Mobile Anti-Disturbances Squadron ESMAD in the city of Cali. According to different reports, the ELN used between 15 and 20 kilos of explosives. Authorities here in this country, here in Colombia, officially blame alias El Rolo for being the mastermind behind this particular operation. We need to remember that this Mobile Anti-Disturbances Squadron, known as ESMAD, has been involved in different controversies over the last few months, considering that this is exactly the military body, the police security force that repress the protests here in Colombia. There has been a lot of accusations about different types of excesses committed by the ESMAD during these protests. In fact, there are different investigations going on at this moment about this particular issue. However, of course, there is a part of the Colombian society that sees ESMAD as a pretty respectful security force that essentially guarantees peace and order on the streets. So the fact that this terrorist operation took place specifically against the ESMAD has divided the Colombian political spectrum, because even when the vast majority of politicians and political parties, of course, condemn this terrorist attack against ESMAD, there has been some figures that even when they have also condemned this bombing, they have been claiming that the ESMAD has been the body of repression in this country. This is a pretty delicate situation that Colombia is suffering, because we need to remember that over the last few weeks there has been a lot of violence in this country. There is a lot of tension here on the streets of Medellin and many other cities across the nation, considering what has been taking place on the one hand at the Cucuta airport, which was a terrorist bombing that security forces and some reports blame also the ELN. And of course, we need to remember, so just as we reported here on Newsweek a couple of days ago, the armed clash between Marxist terrorist groups ELN and FARC in the Colombian border region of Arauca. This battle is also taking place in the Venezuelan border region of Apure. So there has been several situations that are making people remember the worst times of the worst violence here in Colombia. We're talking about a horrible episode that nobody wants to repeat. We're talking about a horrible episode that President Iván Duque and many other important politicians of the whole Colombian political spectrum has been claiming that the country won't go back to these moments, won't go back to these violent and horrible episodes. Of course, we need to see what is going to happen, but the truth is, the truth is that people are scared. People are scared because Colombia has been growing up a lot in this particular manner, on the way that violence in Colombia has been reducing significantly over the last few decades. But of course, there are still a lot of traumas about different episodes, different horrible episodes that took place in this country. Of course, considering that we are near a presidential elections, there is a very famous conspiracy theory here in Colombia from the anti-Uribismo that essentially points out that these acts of violence have been coordinated in order to benefit the government's political party, Centro Democrático, the Uribismo, and President Duque, considering that this is the hardliner faction against these terrorist groups. Of course, there's not a single evidence that connect these terrorist operations, these violent episodes that Colombia is currently suffering with the government of or, of course, with the president. Of course, we'll be reporting everything that is taking place, and of course, here on Newsweek, we are going to tell you everything about this delicate situation that Colombia is suffering. Reporting from Medellin, Colombia, Luis Orozco, Newsweek.